Hi there, I'm Sipka, and this is the Apatros review. In this episode we take a look at a monster film called The Craving. Actually there's quite a few films out there called Craving, but this is a film that was actually made in 2006 but was released on the 4th of November 2008 in the US on DVD. It was a direct-to-video film, it was American, and it was directed by Sean Dillon, who, along with Kurtz Crick, produced and edited the film. Kurtz Crick also wrote the screenplay and did the photography and the music. Now, this film was released on Australian DVD by Flashback Entertainment as part of a couple of near-identical cheap 5-film box sets. The first had each of the 5 films on separate DVDs, while the second set had them compressed onto 2 DVDs. If you want this film that badly, the first set is the one to get because being on separate DVDs has an interesting quirk. The DVD for The Craving has some hidden audio commentary tracks that can only be accessed by using the audio button on your DVD remote, with one track being the director and writer commentary and the second being a cast commentary. Interesting gift to have if you get the urge to spend $10 back in the late 2000s. And as for the specs of that disc, it's in 178 wide, English stereo, no subtitles, and like I said, the 2 audio commentary tracks. Basically use the audio button in your remote. Whilst on their way to the Burning Man festival, a group of 5 young adults in a van get lost in the middle of the desert when their designated driver makes the most unwise decision to take the wrong road. They arrive at an abandoned shack in the middle of nowhere, where the man living there disables their van with a shotgun. In defending themselves, the festival goers accidentally kill the man with his own shotgun. Stuck without any transportation and with a dead body on their hands, their friends decide to stay the night at the rundown shack. But they soon realize the reason the dead man stayed in that shack in the first place. A mysterious creature that feeds on flesh and which emits an intoxicating stench is in the area. The dead man had deliberately stranded them so he can use them as bait for the deadly creature, so he can indulge sniffing the stench and get seriously high on it. Soon, the creature comes for them. This is actually a fairly interesting horror film that has a decent concept at its core that I haven't seen done in a film before. A group of festival goers find themselves lost in the middle of the friggin' desert at a remote shack while getting stalked by a weird unexplained creature that emits a stench that makes anybody who sniffs it seriously high and makes their eyes go orange. In fact, for the index picture or thumbnail for this video, you'll see the very last shot in the film. You'll see the woman actually having the orange eyes, which is a side effect of sniffing this creature's stench. And the story is basic and simple without any sort of filler to it, and such works rather well. The multitasking filmmakers do have the talent to make some decent looking gore, even though it sometimes resembles red plasticine, and the actors do convince in their roles. It's like a slasher film in a way, but the monster flick style. While the film ain't exactly that great, in fact despite the novelty of the premise, the film doesn't have anything stand out in it, and as such it's no more than a fairly standard low budget horror movie in a decade full of them. That being said, if you do come across this film, do make an effort to watch it. This will be an interesting one if you make the time for it. Now for gore nudity, like I mentioned, this has some interestingly decent looking gore, but does have a slight modeling clay look to it. Above the chicks, Wallace Hurst and Leslie Patterson show their boobs. Okay, so that's it for The Craving. I've only got a few more reviews left at the end of the year. I'm trying to cram them in as fast as I can. Okay, and like I said, if you want to get this film, Flashback Entertainment released this on 2 sets, which are almost identical. I think one of the films was changed. And on the first set, the old one, it's like each film's on 1 disc. So there's 5 different DVDs on that set. If you get that one, that's the best one because it's got the hidden extras. So that's it for The Craving. Gets a C, 4 out of 10, so it's average. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Now I do know the request, but if you have any questions about DVDs or films in general, just hit me up in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer. Hope you guys are staying safe. Take it easy, and that's it for this review. See ya.